Forest fires got you down? Have no fear. Bridger Aerospace is here. It's a provider of aerial wildfire surveillance, relief, and suppression services, utilizing next-generation technology and environmentally friendly methods. Founded in 2014 by former Navy SEAL officer and current U.S. Senator Timothy Sheehy, Bridger has evolved into a full-spectrum aerial firefighting service provider in the United States. The company's mission is to save lives, property, and habitats threatened by wildfires, using its specialized aircraft and team. Bridger's services include fire suppression, aerial surveillance, and maintenance, repair and overhaul, MRO solutions for governmental and commercial customers. Fire suppression services involve deploying specialized Viking CL-415 EAF Super Scooper aircraft to drop large amounts of water quickly and directly on wildfires. Aerial surveillance services provide real-time intelligence to support effective deployment of ground firefighters and improved public safety. The Super Scooper aircraft is a key component of Bridger's operations, capable of scooping up to 1,412 gallons of water in approximately 12 seconds. With a water source within a 5-mile radius, the Super Scooper can drop on its target up to every 7 minutes for a total of approximately 35 drops or 50,000 gallons of water before needing to refuel. Bridger's fleet consists of 16 aircraft, including 6 Super Scoopers, 3 Twin Commanders, 4 BAER Kodiak 100s, and 3 Pilatus PC-12s. It operates from 3 hangars at the Bozeman-Yellowstone International Airport in Belgrade, Montana. A reputation of safety has been built on its adoption of a Safety Management System, SMS, audited by the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and the U.S. Forest Service, USFS. Bridger's operations have never been assessed with any safety violations or citations, and none of its aircraft have been involved in crashes or serious injuries. Company training programs include recurrent training in Level D, full-motion flight simulators, and annual certification cards for pilots operating on government contracts. Bridger Aerospace's air attack fleet plays a critical role in providing situational awareness during wildfires. These aircraft are equipped with advanced communication technologies, enabling them to coordinate with incident commanders, ground firefighters, and other aircraft. The fleet's BAER Kodiaks and Pilatus are particularly well-suited for challenging terrain and harsh flying conditions, thanks to their rugged build and versatility. With their short takeoff and landing (STOL) capabilities, these aircraft can deploy in a wider range of scenarios, providing greater flexibility in responding to wildfires. The increasing severity and duration of fire seasons are driving demand for aerial firefighting services. According to the National Interagency Coordination Center, NICC, the average annual acreage burned in the U.S. has almost doubled since the 1980s, with the average fire season now lasting 105 days longer than it did in 1970. This trend is expected to continue, with climate change contributing to warmer springs, longer dry seasons, and drier soils and vegetation. As a result, federal and state funding for wildfire control is increasing, with the U.S. government allocating $3 billion annually for fire suppression activities between 2019 and 2023. Bridger Aerospace is well-positioned to capitalize on this growing demand, thanks to its long-standing relationships with governmental bodies and its investment in new aircraft. The company's Super Scooper aircraft, in particular, offer superior performance and efficiency with the ability to drop 50,000 gallons of water before refueling. The Super Scooper's modern turbine engines and advanced avionics also enable it to operate effectively in challenging terrain and weather conditions. The company's maintenance and repair capabilities are also critical to its success, with a team of highly skilled pilots and maintenance personnel ensuring that its aircraft are airworthy and available for deployment. Bridger's long-standing relationships with government agencies span the U.S. Forest Service, USFS, California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, and multiple state governments, providing aerial firefighting services since 2015. It's been recognized as an industry leader, specifically by the USFS, for its Safety Management System, SMS program, and has been recommended as a model for safe aircraft operations. Bridger Aerospace maintains active contracts with multiple federal agencies and state governments, boasting a 100% renewal rate on federal and state contracts. Its growth strategy involves acquiring and deploying additional aircraft to meet increased demand. Bridger Aerospace has purchased 6 Super Scooper aircraft from LAS's launch of its CL-415 EAF program, with plans to expand its services. This includes expanding into fire monitoring technology. Having acquired Ignis Technologies in September 2023, to develop a pioneering mobile and web platform for firefighter situational awareness. Domestically, Bridger aims to increase its market share and service offering, leveraging existing relationships and building local market teams. Internationally, it seeks to become a global entity, providing aerial firefighting services worldwide. This includes plans to bring its aerial suppression services to Europe, Asia, and/or South America, filling an underserved need for alternative solutions to aging government-owned fleets. To support its growth, Bridger Aerospace will continue to evaluate opportunistic mergers and acquisitions to expand its fleet, add new geographies, or offer additional services. Bridger's operating results are heavily influenced by seasonality, with climate conditions and other factors impacting revenues each quarter and year. Services are in higher demand during the summer months and times of drought, although wildfires are ultimately unpredictable. Historically, the demand for Bridger's services has been higher in the second and third quarters of each fiscal year due to the North American wildfire season. This means that revenues, expenses, and operating cash flows are generated mostly during these quarters, leading to significant fluctuations in operating results from quarter to quarter and year to year. As mentioned earlier, the customer base consists of U.S. federal, state, and local governmental entities. Bridger has a strong presence in the aerial firefighting industry, with contracts with multiple federal agencies, such as the USFS and DOI, and state governments. Automatically renewing contracts with governmental entities provides stable revenue streams, allowing it to innovate and diversify its offerings. Bridger's primary competitor is a private aerial firefighting operator that manages a fleet of aircraft designed to drop fire retardant. However, the company's management does not view helicopters as a direct threat due to their limited fuel capacity compared to the Super Scooper aircraft. Bridger Aerospace's Super Scooper program is designed to complement, rather than replace, the use of aircraft that drop fire retardant on wildfires. The company believes that its ability to compete successfully will depend on factors such as pricing, consumer confidence, and satisfaction. At the start of the year, Bridger Aerospace deployed its CL-415EF Super Scooper aircraft to California to assist in combating wildfires, marking the earliest seasonal mobilization of the aircraft in the company's history. The team mobilized in record time to support the existing wildfire fighting efforts in California. The deployment was triggered by a task order from the U.S. Forest Service at the request of the state of California, which was battling fires with unprecedented destruction unexpectedly early in the year. Future growth will likely be driven by Bridger's integration with FMS Aerospace and the deployment of its Ignis mobile app, which are expected to provide additional federal contracting opportunities, including those beyond just firefighting. For instance, a 5-year, $20.1 million contract with the U.S. Department of the Interior, DOI, commissioned Bridger to provide 2 air attack and surveillance aircraft to support the Bureau of Land Management, BLM, Alaska Fire Service's fire and resource management operations. The contract is structured as an indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity, IDIQ arrangement, which signals a shift towards government reliance on private resources for aerial firefighting capabilities. Bridger highlighted its advanced sensor, surveillance, and mapping technologies as key assets in addressing the increasing challenges of wildfire management. To complement its existing fleet of CL-415 EAF Super Scoopers, Bridger entered into a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with Positive Aviation, PA, a France-based engineering company. Under the terms of the MOU, Bridger will serve as the exclusive North American launch customer for PA's FF-72 aircraft, a state-of-the-art amphibious water-scooping firefighting aircraft. The amphibious FF-72 aircraft is derived from an ATR 72-600 and is designed to provide a reliable and efficient solution for aerial firefighting. Bridger will have the opportunity to purchase 10 FF-72 aircraft, with an option to acquire an additional 10 units at a later date. Positive Aviation expects to begin deliveries of the FF-72 to Bridger in time for the 2029 fire year. This partnership will enable Bridger to integrate disruptive new technology into its fleet, further enhancing its ability to respond to wildfires with cutting-edge, cost-effective aerial firefighting assets to address the growing year-round demand for such services. An attractive proposition to places like Montana, where Bridger will provide exclusive wildfire detection and mapping services. The contract, secured through a competitive bidding process, tasks Bridger with deploying a modified BAER Kodiak 100 aircraft equipped with advanced sensors for the task. The agreement is set for an initial term of 1 year, with the possibility of 2 additional extension years subject to state funding. The contract guarantees a minimum of 120 days of service availability each year, representing a base annual value of $648,000. Additional days and flight hours will add to the contract's value. Montana's wildfire response will be enhanced with rapid hotspot identification, accurate fire perimeter mapping, and timely infrared imagery to firefighting teams. In the summer, Bridger secured 2 significant 120-day task orders from the U.S. Forest Service for its CL-415 EAF Super Scooper aircraft, demonstrating the Super Scoopers as a crucial tool in combating wildfires and the Forest Service's growing willingness to pre-position assets for rapid response. According to Sam Davis, Bridger's CEO, these task orders demonstrate the company's successful strategy of maintaining a year-round fleet availability, increasing revenue visibility and predictability. Currently, 2 Super Scoopers are operating in Minnesota, with another task order pending, and the remaining 2 aircraft will be on call as needed. In addition to the task orders, Bridger Aerospace has signed a $46 million sale-leaseback deal for its facilities at Bozeman-Yellowstone International Airport. This transaction, expected to close in the third quarter of 2025, will enable the company to repay part of its debt, reducing cash interest obligations and improving its financial position. The company will enter into a 10-year lease agreement with SR Aviation Infrastructure, SRAI, for continued use of the hangar and office headquarters. This arrangement will allow Bridger Aerospace to maintain its operations base for aerial firefighting services while addressing its debt obligations. Bridger Aerospace has demonstrated strong revenue growth, with a 51.36% increase in the last 12 months and a significant revenue increase of 184% year-over-year for Q1 2025, reaching $15.6 million. Despite a net loss, the company remains optimistic about its growth prospects, with projected 2025 revenue ranging between $105 million and $111 million, and expectations of a 20% growth in adjusted EBITDA. Now, when looking at the forest through the trees, it's vital to note the executive order aimed at restructuring the national wildland firefighting system. This order prioritizes the immediate suppression of wildfires to protect communities and critical infrastructure. It also establishes a national wildland firefighting task force, which will span all federal agencies, ease administrative burdens, and refocus national efforts on preparedness and aggressive wildfire suppression. This development comes on the heels of a letter from the Chief of the U.S. Forest Service, emphasizing the need for direct attack wildfire mitigation and safe, aggressive initial attack tactics. The U.S. Department of the Interior has also issued its fiscal year 2026 budget for the new U.S. Wildland Fire Service, USWFS, which includes a significant increase in funding to $3.7 billion. This commitment, combined with the executive order, is expected to have a positive impact on the wildland fire community, especially for Bridger Aerospace, with its significant air attack fleet and Super Scooper fleet that's well-positioned to support state and federal customers in their efforts to combat wildfires. In addition to its response to the executive order, Bridger Aerospace reported its first positive net income in Q2 2025, with revenues surging by 136% compared to the previous year. Furthermore, Bridger Aerospace signed a significant sale-leaseback agreement at its space at Bozeman Airport for $46 million, reducing leverage by approximately 25%. Operationally, Bridger Aerospace is capable of extinguishing fires of 50 acres quickly, with a versatile fleet that includes Super Scoopers requiring only a mile of open water for operation. It emphasizes its leadership in aerial firefighting, operating 6 of the 10 Super Scoopers in the U.S. Focus on early response to wildfires is crucial in combating the increasing demand for firefighting services due to climate change and forest mismanagement. To address this demand, Bridger Aerospace is exploring European markets, managing the return of Spanish scoopers to service, and developing technological advancements such as the Ignis app for real-time situational awareness. Bridger is managing the return to service of 4 Spanish scoopers, with 2 airworthy and 2 more expected to be operational by early 2026. Looking ahead, Bridger Aerospace anticipates high utilization rates due to government emphasis on early response to wildfires. Expansion into European markets is targeting countries like Greece, Turkey, Portugal, and France. There is also potential for acquiring surplus aircraft from the Department of Defense to expand service offerings. Bridger Aerospace's technological advancements are also a key area of focus, with the development of the Ignis app providing real-time situational awareness for firefighting operations. Its multi-mission aircraft are equipped with interchangeable sensor packages for wide area mapping and command and control, allowing for real-time thermal imagery and video to enhance firefighting efforts. For more on Bridger Aerospace and other companies, follow Ascencore. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.